Alrighty guys, what's going on? We're gonna fire up and chit chat on the way to work. So guys, hold tight. Now, what we're gonna talk about, guys, is a couple questions I get asked pertaining to vehicles, guys. On a basic, a lot. I get asked this stuff a lot. And guys, the mere fact is I can't answer these questions simply because I have not been exposed to this stuff. So one could simply ask, well, if you don't know, who does? But look, also one could assume if you're asking me questions about cars that are so new, why do you want to know this stuff when it's likely a chance that your car's still under warranty? Okay, for instance, let me go over three vehicles that I am not familiar with because I simply have not been heavily exposed to them. Okay, when I say exposed to them, I'm referring to working on them, the knowledge about them. I have not had a chance to dove inside of them and, get a feel for them. Okay, for one, let's talk about this, the Jeep Gladiator. All right, Jeep Gladiator. When did that vehicle show up? In 2020, I think, guys. So now that car or that Jeep, whatever you want to call it, I think they wanted to put a truck and a Jeep together, so they came up with the Gladiator. All right, now the Gladiator, guys, it came out in 2020. From what I'm reading, that car gets a 5 out of 5 for reliability. All right, reliability. So I guess they taking the numbers, taking the complaints, and they do some calculations. 5 out of 5 is impressive, guys. So number one, if you own a Gladiator, since the fact that it came out in 2020, there's 100% chance you still under warranty. So I don't understand why are there DIY guys on brand new cars? Now, I'm not saying there are, and I could be overstretching or overthinking this, but in some cases, guys, I get asked stuff that people just merely want to discuss. Okay, not that they about to do or anything like that. So I always have to keep that in mind. But it's some impressive news stats out on the Gladiator. All right, ranked. Now there's forums on just about every car there is, guys. Little forums that people join on the groups and stuff like that to discuss their problems. The number one problem people are complaining about on the Gladiator is steering. Problems with the steering. And in fact, Chrysler jumped on that right away. I really think automakers monitor these forums. I'm a member over there because I want to be in the know and I want to know what problems people are having, and I can also get some exposure over there. People can come to my land, to my world, and get answers also, especially on older model cars. Okay, but that is one of the number one complaints out of the Gladiator, steering problem, and now there's a TSB to address that. Okay, so it's like when they find a problem, they jump right on it. Remember, guys, first year production, anything is basically a guinea pig vehicle. Okay, they're trying to get out by the next year. All the bugs have been, or most of the bugs have been detected, and engineers have jumped on them and tried to complain for future years. All right, but also to my understanding, that Gladiator is fairly expensive. But as far as me, guys, I have yet to see a Gladiator drive in the shop for work to be done. Not just me, I'm talking about any mechanics. We got like 15 top-notch mechanics in the shop. I work at the end of the shop, so I can see what's coming in and out. I have yet to see, if I do see a Gladiator, I'm going to run over there and see what he's about to do to it and what he's doing and browse it, because I hardly see him. Only time I see him is when they brand new getting PDI. All right, so another, not so much another vehicle, but another problem that I'm able to indulge in conversation-wise a lot. Okay, now, yes, there's other version of this engine. What I'm talking about is the Pentastar 3.6 Generation 3, the one equipped with the EGR cooler. Okay, yes, I get tons of questions on that, but guys, I'm unable to answer those as far as what, repairs. As far as if you have a repair, what should you do? Now, keep in mind, this engine not this vehicle, because we're referring to an engine right now. This engine showed up in the 2016 Jeep Grand Cherokee and the the Dodge Durango. Okay, in the following year, it showed up in the 2017 Chrysler Pacifica. We are now in 2021. All right, so what? 3 years? 3 years most. 3 years, 3.5, 4 years. Okay, I have yet, hear me out, yet to go inside of a Generation 3 Pentastar. Okay, somebody asked me a question the other day. They got a misfire in Gen 3. Now, misfire are typical for any engine, no matter Gen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter, okay? But what they want to know is specifics. Okay, lift valves. There's 2 new valves on the valve covers. Okay, I have not had a chance to. I typically learn on the fly. Okay, well, it will stick with me when I'm learning or working on it on the fly. Yes, I can go to school, get training on this car, and learn everything about every sensor on this engine. But until I dove in it with my hands-on training and working on it, it's not going to stick. Okay, there's a difference between classroom training and live physical hands-on training. That's why I'm a firm believer in, if you're going to go to trade school for automotive, it cannot only be classroom related. It cannot only be a classroom course. It has to be hands-on. You have to get out there, because to me, and this is my opinion, that's the only way it's going to stick, guys. Yes, that's the only way it's going to stick. You have to dove inside of there. You have to lay your hands on these valves, on these sensors, on that EGR cooler. Yes, I can explain to you how EGR cooler work on a 3.6, but if you ask me, well, I'm having a hard time getting it off. How you get yours off? I do not know. Okay, yes, we can all go visit the book and find out how the car maker recommends you take it off. We can all look at that. But as far as, do you have a hard time with that 10 millimeter in the rear? No, because I've never taken one off. Okay, so, and I hate being in that position, guys. I have grown an image, of knowing, actually physically doing things, okay? Like somebody can ask me, man, I'm taking a transmission out of the van and that bolt in the rear is super hard. And I can go, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I have a hard time with that one also. That's because I have done that. So a lot of people are under the impression that I have done every repair to a Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge vehicle, and I can help or I can speak on it. But in some cases, that's not the case. All right, so I said all this to say, I said all that to say this. The Generation 3, guys, give me a minute. One is going to break sooner or later. Now, we're rolling on 3.5, 4 years, like I say. And that could be a good thing, guys. That car or that engine is nowhere near the problems that the first Gen 3.6 or the second Gen had. No ticking issues, 1 or 2 spurts. When I go to school, that's why I like to discuss this with fellow techs. Hey guys, what have y'all seen, man? Y'all seen anything? We haven't seen not one, man. We haven't. And it's not that we rushing to see one. It's just we're impressed that we haven't seen one. Okay, or we're impressed the reliability of the vehicle or the engine. So I like to get knowledge from other techs. I love going to school for that reason, or that's one of the reasons why I love going to school. All right, guys. Let me wrap this up. I had some more, guys, but I ran out of time with the Gladiator and the Gen 3. So, guys, this could be considered, you can look at this as good news. If you're under the impression or you on the fence and buying one of these vehicles equipped with one of these engines or anything like that, this could be a good thing. Okay, this could be considered good news. One of the guys that actually physically work in the dealership cannot speak on known problems to these vehicles because he does not know. That sounds good to some people. Man, the car been out 4 years, the engine been out 4 years, and you ain't had to go in one. Oh, that sounds like reliability. It could be looked at that way. All right, so you take it the way you want to. All right, guys, I'm at the job. All right, I'm actually late, so I'm gonna have to squeeze in here and do my thing. All right, that's all I have. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe. Now, see y'all on the next video.